Hey beautiful people, welcome back to the garden. Alright, another fall day of getting things done. Started with you looking at this rose that was so elusive this year. We could not get a bloom because all of the buds, right, and I must admit he was fully loaded with buds, but they all rotted without opening. Now look, at the end of the season we have been graced with some blooms. This is Comte de Chambord. A beautiful rose, right? Beautiful. Look at that. Let me pull back so you can see. Right now we only have 2 blooms, but they are beautiful. Oh, and look, come over here. Look, there's another bud right here, another potential flower. But for the entire season, I kid you not, every bloom that they try to open, look, here's an example of one. Let me see if you can see. You see this bud? All of them rotted on the plant without opening. So it's really nice to be able to see this little fella. Lots of potential. Maybe I should leave him in. I was thinking about taking him out, but maybe I'll leave him in for 1 more year to see if he'll be able to give us these blooms throughout the season, right? Really pretty. Let me tell you if he has a fragrance. Hold on. Ooh, stop it. Yes, he does smell good. Look, he smells good. He smells like Gertrude Jekyll. Wow. Okay. So good stuff. Okay, let me pull away here nice and slow. Okay, and just one more rose peek. This is our final blooms for the season from Estacia Vi. Always gorgeous. She did so well in the garden this year. And I truly love this rose. I really love this rose. Beautiful. Alright, so no more looking at roses, right? Right, so Naomi, what we doing today? Let me tell you. Okay, alright, so I'm standing in front of what we're going to be working on today. This mask, my finger in front of this lens again. I'm so sorry, people. I am so sorry. Do forgive me. Alright, this little hydrangea here is the Rhythmic Blue Hydrangea from Proven Winners, the Let's Dance series. This hydrangea started out as 1 and quickly became 2. And by no fault of her own, the 2 became 12, right? I attempted to divide the plant, so I cut it in 2 and I wanted to get a 3rd division. The 3rd cut that I made ended up being just a stem. And instead of tossing the stem, I decided to propagate the stem. So all the cuttings from that have rooted and they're growing on the dry. My finger, people, my finger again. Stop it. So all the cuttings rooted and are growing nicely on the driveway. We had gotten 10 successful cuttings from the 11 that we attempted to root. I was able to give away 3, so I've got homes for 3, but we still have 7 that we need to figure out what to do with, right? Alright, so these guys are rated zones of 5 through 9, and I am growing here in a zone 6B/7A. I keep saying 6B/7A. My original zone was 6B. You know, all the zones got a bump up this spring, right? But I'm still thinking that I'm growing as zone 6B to be on the safe side where my plants are concerned. Now, this little angel, being a 5A, probably will not overwinter for me in the container. And the size of the container, I'm not be taking, oh, it's heavy too, hold on. All right, it's a heavy container, so I'd not be taking this container into the garage either. What I'd like to do instead is we're going to go ahead and we're going to plant them up in the ground. We're going to plant them in the ground, and from there hopefully they'll be settled in time to make it through our winters, and we'll have all of winter and spring to think about it to see if we want to move them, and if so, where do we want to put them, right? Because right now I do not have a bed for them. They grew right here in the container all season. I keep saying they, and you're looking at one, you're like, oh, okay, let me take it on to number 2. All right. Ooh, there's a bloom from ta-da, Lady of Shalott. Probably her final bloom for the season. All right, and there's number 2 right here. Okay, look. Oh man, look at how absolutely gorgeous. These hydrangeas are reblooming all on their own without any help from me whatsoever. Although be it small, these buds, right? Look at them. She has them everywhere. And would you believe it if I told you that the cuttings that we have, that we took this spring, some of them have buds on it? I kid you not. So this is going to be an awesome, awesome hydrangea. I can just feel it. And I love the fact that right here we're coming close to the end of October. And what do we have, people? We got healthy looking foliage. Stop it. That's beautiful interest in the garden. I mean, look right beside her. Look at my roses. Nothing's going on. And then look at this beautifully leafed out hydrangea. Loving it, right? Okay. So I'm hoping when I put them in the ground that they'll be able to maintain this sort of growth habit in terms of maintaining their foliage throughout the season. I think throughout this season. But I'm thinking the ground is always better, right? For plants. Container versus the ground, pop me in the ground any day. Okay, so before I get on the tangent of talking, James, sorry, but you got to say hello to James L. Austin because he is looking at me. And so I'll have you look at him. Look at James. I'm still so tickled by these roses. They are so gorgeous. Looking forward to see them in full bloom next spring. All right. They're so finely rooted, these hydrangeas, compared to our roses, you know? Our roses have these really huge roots, whereas these shrubs have these little fine hairs of roots. Alright, let me see. Come here, Mama. I'm trying my best not to disturb you too much. Ooh. Oh, wow. Wow, look at this root ball. Yeah, that's huge. So, yeah. Wow, this is an easy fix with the second one. Beautiful. Look at us doing things, people. We are gardeners now. Alright. Let me show you two of the cuttings. I just brought two from the drive here. Alright, now hopefully you can see them. What we're seeing is, alright, this is cutting number 1. Looks a little pale because guess what? She needed to be fertilized. But what I'm looking at is the amount of growth that I have on this little baby. Really, really awesome. And here is cutting number 2. Look at that. Do you see a seed? Not a seed, a bud. Yeah, this little baby wants to flower. Now, in order to balance the beds that we just did, we did two fields uneven. I think to balance the space, we need at least 3 plantings of her. And so I'm going to add a third planting right here where we have this empty container. And then, yeah, that should balance off the hydrangeas, right? I can see 3 beds. I can't see 2. All right. Okay, now this I want to see, which is something that I never did, which is take out the cuttings to see how well they have rooted in the container. Now these were done early spring. They were potted up in about June, end of June. They were potted up into these containers. And now this is the first time that I'm going to attempt to remove them to see what kind of cuttings we have. Let me just clear these leaves before I do that. To see, did I say to see what kind of leaves we have? To see what kind of roots we have. Alright, I just watered them in, so they should hopefully stay. Alright, come on now, puppy dog. Yeah, she doesn't want to come out. Hold up. Oh, here we go. Alright, here we go. I'm not seeing as many roots as I would like. I'm seeing some here around the sides. But she has not rooted to the bottom of the container yet. Not cool. But that's alright. We're going to plant her up. So let me put her in her hole. There you go, Mama. Alright, and let's do the same for number 2. Alright, here we go. There we go. Oh, this one rooted well. Nice, I see roots at the bottom. Look at this. All these roots. Oh, this one did really, really well. Roots all around the sides. Now that's good. That is what I like to see. I'll just go ahead and pop this one in as well. And this is the one that I showed you that has all the roots is the one with the, oh boy, I don't want to mess up her root ball. So she's going to be planted just as I have her. Because I don't want to mess that root ball up, people. I don't want to break it apart. I'm just going to go ahead and plant her as she is right now. A little bit lower. And she was in the container, but that's alright. Okay, so I applied about an inch, I applied about an inch or two of cow manure around the base of the plant. I need to now come in with some mulch to mulch the bed in. That's going to happen a bit later in the season once I get my hands on the mulch. Okay. Of course, I watered them in, and now for fall care, it will be just a matter of watering every other day and only when needed. Hydrangeas are really awesome at showing us when they need water, so it will be easier taking care of these guys. All right, for the babies that we planted, let's talk about them for a few minutes, or for a quick second. All right, so these are the babies that were newly propagated this year. An awesome way to overwinter your cuttings, especially if they are hardy, they have to be hardy in your zone, is to put them in the ground, right? So we went ahead and we planted up these two. I did two instead of one, just in case, right? Just in case if something happens with one, I will have, hopefully, one of the two will survive, right? So I give myself a 50-50 chance, just in case something does happen. All right, beautiful people. So let's go ahead and I'll wrap it up again for another beautiful day in the garden. You are absolutely, totally, and altogetherly awesome. Thank you so much for having joined. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.